Today we're diving into the incredible life of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism. Let's get started.
I'm excited. Guru Nanak is such a fascinating figure. So where do we begin?
Well, let's start with his early life. He was born on April 15, 1469, in Raiboi di Talwandi, which is now Nankana Sahib in Pakistan.
Oh, interesting.
Back then, it was part of the Punjab region.
And his parents were Hindus, right?
Exactly. His
Yeah.
parents were Mehta Kalu and Mata Tripta of the Khatri caste. His father was a revenue official, but from a young age, Nanak was more interested in spiritual matters than material ones.
That's fascinating. He even questioned religious practices as a child, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He was always seeking a deeper connection with the divine. It's like he saw beyond the rituals.
Right, and he was quite the scholar too.
Absolutely. By the age of 7, he excelled in Sanskrit, Persian, and Hindu scriptures. Quite
Wow.
impressive for a child his age.
No kidding. So what about his spiritual awakening?
Ah, yes. When he was in his late 20s, he had a profound experience while bathing in the Kalibain River. He
Right.
disappeared for 3 days and everyone thought he drowned.
3 days? That's incredible. What happened when he returned?
Upon his return, he declared, "There is no Hindu, there is no Muslim, only the oneness of God." And it
That's
signaled the
powerful.
start of his mission to spread a universal message.
It's amazing how one experience can change everything.
Indeed, it's like he had
Yeah.
this epiphany that transcended all boundaries.
So what were his key teachings?
Well, he emphasized the oneness of God. He called this formless, eternal God Waheguru.
And he believed that Waheguru is present in all beings?
Exactly, and
Yes.
that this presence transcends all religious boundaries. He wanted people to look beyond labels.
That's so timeless. What about his stance on equality?
He was a fierce advocate for equality. He
Right.
rejected the caste system entirely.
That must have been quite controversial at the time.
Definitely, but he stood firm.
Yeah,
He believed everyone is equal in the eyes of God, regardless of social status, gender, or religion.
Such a progressive view. Can you tell me more about his principles?
Sure, he promoted Kirat Karo, earn an honest living through hard work. Naam Japo, meditate on God's name. And Van Chako, share with those in need.
So it's about integrity, spirituality, and generosity.
Exactly. He
Yeah.
encouraged a balanced life focused on both personal growth and community service.
I like that. He also opposed superstitions, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He
Right.
urged people to focus on inner devotion rather than rituals and idol worship.
That's so relevant even today.
Absolutely, his teachings transcend time.
He traveled extensively, right?
Yes, over 20 years, he journeyed across India, the Middle East, and parts of Asia.
Wow.
These journeys are known as the Udasis.
He visited places like Mecca and Baghdad?
Exactly. He engaged
Yeah.
with people of various faiths, promoting dialogue and understanding.
That's amazing. But do we know how he was received in those places?
Well, there are many stories and legends. Some suggest he was welcomed. Others say he faced challenges, but he remained committed to his message.
That's dedication. How did he establish Sikhism as a faith?
Later in life, he settled in Kartarpur and built a community based on his teachings.
Right.
People gathered there to live, work, and worship together.
And the concept of langar originated there?
Yes, the communal kitchen where everyone eats together regardless of social standing. It embodies
That's
equality
wonderful.
and sharing.
It's a beautiful tradition, but I have to ask, didn't some people resist these ideas?
Of course, change is often met with resistance, but
Yeah,
Guru Nanak was steadfast. He believed in peaceful advocacy.
That's inspiring. He also appointed a successor, right?
Yes, he passed on his spiritual authority to Guru Angad, ensuring the continuity of his teachings.
Speaking of his passing, both Hindus and Muslims claimed him.
They did. It shows how universally he was respected.
But doesn't that also highlight the challenge of transcending religious divisions?
It does, but perhaps it also shows the potential for unity if
Yeah.
people focus on shared values.
I suppose so. It's something to reflect on.
Definitely. His legacy lives on in Sikhism today, emphasizing devotion, equality, and service.
Millions celebrate his birth anniversary during Guru Nanak Gurpurab.
Yes, it's a vibrant celebration filled with
Yeah,
prayer, community service, and festivities.
It's wonderful how his teachings continue to impact lives.
Absolutely. His
Right,
message is just as relevant today as it was centuries ago.
You know, sometimes I wonder if modern society has truly embraced these ideals of equality and unity.
Well, we've made progress, but there's still work to do. Guru Nanak's teachings can still guide us.
Indeed. Thank you for such an enlightening discussion.
My pleasure. I always enjoy
Yeah.
exploring these topics with you.
Looking forward to our next conversation.
Same here. Until next time.